Like many people out there, I started playing Diablo Immortal when it was released a week ago. The game is fantastic for a mobile game. For those of you out there that are not familiar with the Diablo series, it's a long-running and beloved series that has always been designed for the PC. You would normally buy the game for roughly $60 and get so much value in terms of entertainment for the money you've spent. Diablo Immortal left that successful model and opted for the microtransaction mobile game model like Evony uses. Diablo has an enormous fan base, and Diablo Immortal felt like a punch in the guts to Diablo fans. It wasn't necessarily that Diablo wouldn't be fun to play on a mobile device, but more so that the developers saw money in microtransactions and decided it would be better to sacrifice what players wanted to make some more money. Sound like any developers you know? Diablo Immortal is a very, very fun game. However, so much about playing it feels a lot like Evony. The unabashed greed rampant in mobile games these days is absolutely sickening. It's everywhere. Not just in Diablo Immortal, not just in Evony. Developers have seen the money horse and they'll continue to ride it until this fat horse topples over and dies. I'm not opposed to spending in games despite my naming of this channel. I spent a lot of money purchasing games, subscriptions, and even game-related memorabilia. I believe in supporting the hard work of deserving developers by making purchases. It's just that it is really, really hard to find deserving developers these days. They all seem to have a single mind, and that mind is not focused on what players actually want or care about. The purchases in these microtransaction model games are extremely predatory. There are many people out there that have little control over their spending in much the same way that people can have gambling addictions. The microtransaction models take these addictions to the next level. A gambler has to make the concerted decision to go to a casino or log into a gambling app. We log into games like Evony and Diablo Immortal to play a game, not to spend money. Microtransactions follow us everywhere, prompting us to buy more and more with their countless pop-ups that interrupt our gaming experience. The microtransaction model of gaming these days feels completely immoral and quite possibly like it should be illegal. Some of you might think that's a stretch. I don't. In many countries, the selling of loot boxes has been declared exploitative and banned. In others, there are ongoing reviews on whether these features in games are breaching gambling laws. What are loot boxes, you ask? Loot boxes are consumable virtual items which can be redeemed to receive a randomized selection of further virtual items or loot, ranging from simple customization options for a player's avatar or character to game-changing equipment such as weapons and armor. A loot box is typically a form of monetization, with players either buying the boxes directly or receiving the boxes during play and later buying keys with which to redeem them. And that's from Wikipedia. Here's a great question for the comments. Can you think of anything in Evony that fulfills this definition? I can think of a few right off the top of my head. For example, when you purchase packs, do you get identical rewards as others that purchase them? Are you guaranteed the general that you are trying to buy? When you buy refining stones, are you guaranteed progress for the money you spent? Or do the refining stones seem an awful lot like keys that you use to potentially get randomized in-game rewards? When you purchase subordinate city clues, are you actually receiving anything or just the chance to get something through a sneaky gambling system? Taiki's wheel, anyone? That's what I came up with in just 30 seconds of brainstorming. How about you guys? Anything you feel falls under being considered a loot box type of purchase? Not all of you will agree, but I hold pretty firmly to the opinion that microtransactions should be regulated by governments to ensure that they are not predatory. When you purchase something, you should know with absolute certainty what you are purchasing. At the very least, if it's something like Taiki's wheel, you should know the specifics that drive the outcome of your spins. It's absolutely ridiculous for someone to purchase something and not even know what they're going to get. Am I still playing Diablo Immortal? Yes, I am. It's been a great experience so far. YouTube is infested with terrible reviews about how it's a pay-to-win game, and they aren't wrong. But I laugh when I see those reviews. Like my own critical talks here on this channel, they come from a place of love. They care about the game and the franchise of Diablo. They want it to be great. But the monetization of it all takes away from it in such a big way. YouTubers have started to refer to the game as Diablo Immortal. Yet, I laugh. Why? Because these people have clearly never played Evony the King's Return. If they had, they wouldn't be as bothered. It's pay to win for sure, but you can still get somewhere and progress as a free-to-play player. You might not top the charts in PvP over someone that has put in $100,000, but you will always have the ability to move forward in the game and get stronger. No heavy coiner can come along one day and take away near every little bit of progress that you've made in the last couple of years. It's just not designed like that. You can even take breaks from the game and not worry about losing your progress. Your progress will still be 100% intact when you log back in a month later. That's how I know I'll continue playing Diablo Immortal regardless of the monetization issues. Am I still playing Evony? Yes, I am. I've got friends here, I've got the Meister's Guide to Evony, and all you people watching that support the channel. I'm not going anywhere. Am I happy? Not at all. Things are only getting worse and worse, and while we suffer the consequences of developer greed, they are publishing announcements about how their increased monthly earnings on how much they've pilfered through their monetization systems. I see friend after friend leaving the game over the extreme distaste for what this game has become. I see you guys posting your frustrations on my videos along with my own. I see alliances and servers across the game deteriorating because no one wants to be a part of where this is all going.